Quick test. Picture the most iconic African fabric you can think of. Bright colors, bold patterns, the kind of print that shows up at every wedding, every graduation, every "I'm proud of where I'm from" moment. Got it in your head? Good. Now here's the twist. It probably wasn't invented in Africa at all. Let's start with the one everybody actually does know, Kente. This one's real, and the story is even better than the fabric. Kente comes from the Asante people of Ghana, and legend says it began in the village of Bonwire, when two brothers watched a spider weave an intricate web in the forest and went home and recreated it in cloth. Every pattern in traditional Kente carries a meaning, status, philosophy, even proverbs woven directly into the design. One famous pattern was even renamed for Madame Fatia Nkrumah, wife of Ghana's first president. When Kwame Nkrumah himself wore Kente to meet the US president in 1958, he wasn't just dressed up. He was making a statement about African identity on a world stage. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ankara, the wax print fabric you see everywhere, on dresses, head wraps, everything, didn't start in Africa. The technique is called batik, and it originated in Indonesia. Dutch colonizers took the method, industrialized it in the Netherlands, and tried to sell it back to Indonesia. It flopped there. But West African traders spotted it, fell in love with the bold patterns, and made it their own. Today it's called Dutch wax, and most people assume it's purely African. It's not. Now it's African by adoption, not by origin. And honestly, that makes the story better, not worse. The Agbada tells a similar story. That flowing, wide-sleeved robe you see at Nigerian weddings, its roots trace back to trans-Saharan trade routes introduced by Arab and Berber traders centuries ago. But the Yoruba people of the old Oyo Empire didn't just copy it. They perfected it, using it as a diplomatic gift to rival kingdoms, a symbol of power woven in cloth. And then there's one that might surprise you the most, the Maasai Shuka. That bold red-checked cloth, instantly recognizable, worn across Kenya and Tanzania. Historians now believe its pattern may trace back to Scottish missionaries and traders in the 1800s. The checked design echoing tartan kilts. Before that, the Maasai wore leather and animal hide. The Maasai didn't invent the pattern. They took it, made it unmistakably theirs, and turned it into one of the most recognized cultural symbols on earth, even landing on a Louis Vuitton runway in 2012. Then there's the Dashiki, the loose, embroidered tunic that became a global symbol of Black pride in the 1960s civil rights movement. Its roots trace to West Africa, likely Ghana or Nigeria. But its meaning got amplified an ocean away. On picket lines and college campuses, worn as a statement before it was ever a trend. So the most African fashion statements in the world are actually stories about migration, trade, and adaptation. Kente was made from watching a spider. Ankara was made from a failed Dutch export. The Shuka may have started as a Scottish pattern, and somehow every single one of them became unmistakably, undeniably African. That's not a contradiction. That might be the whole point,